When a young woman walks into a hospital emergency room with her mother, suffering from chronic pain in her abdomen, she doesn't realize she is pregnant. And after she suffers a miscarriage, things go from bad to worse, as she is accused of an illegal abortion and therefore homicide. Arrested and held in prison, one conscientious lawyer, Soledad Deza, takes on her case and begins a fight for justice that will redefine the rights of all women in Argentina. And Soledad gives the desperate woman a new name that becomes the brand of the historical movement, BELEN.
Yo no parí ningún bebé.
Doctora, por favor.
Llegué al hospital a que me ayudaran y terminé presa.
Por favor.
Habiéndome enterado que había perdido un embarazo. Ni el duelo me dejaron hacer.
Bueno, le cuento a la gente que Soledad es la abogada defensora de Belén.
Y los jueces encerraron a una persona inocente sin pruebas.
Ella está presa por homicidio.
Argentinian actress Dolores Fonzi took on the lead role of lawyer Soledad Deza, with the blessing of the woman, lawyer, and socialist firebrand herself, who has dedicated her life and work to activism. Dolores also took on the role of director, stepping behind the camera as well as in front of it, to tell the heartbreaking story of the real-life Belén, who has chosen to continue to keep her identity hidden for her own and her family's safety, but encouraged Dolores to tell her story publicly to protect future generations of women in Argentina from ever going through what she had to.
Judita da Silva, Arise Play, Nigeria. Now, with this film, the real-life lady that the film is based on, she's chosen to continue to remain anonymous.
Yes.
But she, like you said in the film, that it shows in the film, that she wanted her story to be told so that other women don't go through what she went through.
Yeah.
So for you as the filmmaker, when you know that you have a duty of care to continue to protect her, but you also have a duty to tell the story but honor the sacrifice she's making by exposing herself, did you feel you had more personal and professional pressure put on you to get it right?
Well, no, in a way, because we knew that we couldn't put the focus there. So that limitation makes us, that the creative process went to another way, that it was like exposing myself and Soledad Deza with the merge of this character that is the lawyer. Of course we couldn't talk about the family of Belén, the reality of her life, or some very particular details that she didn't want to be told. But yes, we have all the other things to show, that it was the outside, the living thing, the vital movement of women that were outside trying to release her. And this anonymity, I really understood it as a very important thing, because it's something like it doesn't define you what happened to you. She really tried to. She chose not to be defined what it happened, and she could do this. She could be like in the shadows of the case, but showing it. So it was amazing what happened, because in every case that you see that this with media involved, you can see women that are objectified and with the morbid view of their private lives. So in this case, I really think it was so amazing that she could pass, we are all talking about this case without talking about her. That was amazing and a very good point of to understand that.
So One thing that struck me as I was watching the film, in the period where Soledad now assembles this group of very experienced women to strategize how to go about getting Belen justice, and they have the conversation about what to call her, and they come up with the name, which translates to Bethlehem. And then I saw that it was a very inspiring scene, but also it was heartbreaking to watch, because to correct a miscarriage of justice, you almost have to think about marketing and strategy and branding her so people will care enough to pay attention. And you see it when she goes to do the interview, where she's trying to get people to take it seriously. And having that duality just as an audience member, I wondered that for you as a filmmaker, when you were making it, were there any points where just reconciling yourself with the story was a struggle for you to just accept as a human being?
There's an interesting thing in language, that in English we have abortion and miscarriage, and in Spanish you only have abortion.
Oh.
And if it's spontaneous, it's an abortion, a spontaneous abortion. So every time it's an abortion, and for you it's a miscarriage. It's very simple, and you know that it wasn't your fault or you didn't plan it. You know, in Argentina and all America you have abortion. So this girl came with an abortion, you know, like, so it's, from the beginning, it's so subtle, but very deep, you know, you have these thoughts very deeply inside our thinking. So when she went to the hospital feeling bad, she had this miscarriage, and she was accused of murder. So, for me, it was very interesting to mix like religion, abortion, and justice, human rights. Yeah. You know, like how to deal with this and to put humanity in all these cases. You know, but the most interesting thing was mixing religion with abortion, and she is defending an injustice case of abortion. So, and from religion, you know, these layers that we try to put to make it like, with more content, you know.
Estás obsesionada con sacarme los casos.
Me encantaría no tener que hacerme cargo de las mujeres que sistemáticamente dejas abandonadas. Tenemos que sacar a Belén cuanto antes. La situación es crítica.
Hay que convocar una gran marcha nacional.
Libertad para Belén ya y anulación del fallo.
As both the director and star of Belen, Dolores Fonzi doubled the responsibility of telling a true story about a moment in the history of Argentina that changed the course of events for the nation, and it elevated the meaning and importance of the project. She also had to strike the balance between fact and fiction, accuracy and entertainment, because while she had to document details, she also had to get on with the business of making a movie for audiences to enjoy. So responsibility to history and responsibility to art was a blend of added significance. And the outcome was a film that Argentina has chosen as their official selection for the international film categories in the Golden Globes and the Oscars.
A lot of the time when I see films that are based on true stories, I always want to know this question. Where do you draw the line? Because you're the director, you're the actor. So where do you put your boundary where you have a loyalty to accuracy? Because you're telling an important story for women, for human rights, for Argentina's history. But you're a filmmaker, you know how this is done, and you have an obligation to the art. You've got to tell a story that's compelling, that's captivating, that captures an audience. So where do you draw the boundary where I have to do my job, but I have to tell the truth?
I think it's the same, my work and the truth, you know, like, and life. My work and my life, it's like part of the same thing, and I try all the way. In my first movie, and this is my second movie, I try to put something very personal, very truth about myself, about the story. Of course, if you have a real case, you have it there because it's a real case, and how to put humanity to that, and to put cinema on that. That is for me was the challenge that I most enjoy, is that to have a real case, but shot in this very cinematographic way, that you can see a movie about a real case, but you can see a movie, a universe, people that are giving something personal to you to identify. So I think that when you identify with a movie, it's because there's this gift that me and my crew and my actors, we are giving this very identifiable way of showing this story, not to be separate of it, involved at all, like laughing about ourselves with the real case, with all that happened in the activism of the abortion law in Argentina. I was in TV show. I am an actress since I am 17, and I went to the TV shows to talk about the abortion law, and it was like that like the TV show, the story of the dogs, that was a senator, a real senator, talking about in the Congress, talking about against the law, saying if you have a dog, you can give it. It was, and if I went to a TV show, and the guy that was defending or was against the law, his name was Ovary. Ovary.
Oh my God.
So Ovary, and now in my movie I put uterine. So, like playing and gaming with the real stuff. It was real. And we got this information from the 2015 till the 2020 that we got the law, and we have a lot of material. It's not only the real case, it's the real case in activism, in my life as an actress that is activist, like it's full of information. I think that we didn't invent nothing, That's the hard thing.
Well, thank you so much. I mean, it really was a compelling watch, and bravo for this to be you venturing into directing. You're doing a wonderful job, and thank you for talking with us.
Thank you.
Vos sos solo una víctima. ¿A quién defiende la justicia si no es a personas como Belén?
Te va a estar viendo todo el mundo, mamá.
Libertad para Belén, ya.
¡Libertad para Belén, ya!
Nos vemos en las calles.
Te voy a dejar sola.
Escuchen, porque esos gritos no van a parar.